the day trader insurance policy that I would argue everybody needs to have. And it's a very wise way to go about things. Now, I don't mean insurance policy in the sense of you have to call up your local State Farm. Isn't it Jake from State Farm? You don't have to call up Jake from State Farm and, have him do a policy, but it's definitely in the realm of trade management. And this insurance policy has saved me time and time again and has helped make me more money over the years that I've been doing it. Now, to be fair, at some points, it might actually cost you a little bit of money, but in the vast majority of times, just by putting this insurance policy into place, you're actually going to walk away with more money. A lot of times you think of, which is true, an insurance policy, well, that's going to cost you money because you have to pay for insurance in case something happens, which is true. But in this situation, you're actually getting paid for it, which is a nice twist. Now, I'm not going to sit here in front of the blackboard and talk theory all the time. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean by this, but I do want to set up context here a little bit. And then, like I said, no worries. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about in the real world with some of my personal, day trading results. But to just kind of walk you through a potential journey that you could have as a trader. So here is the trader and, they make a trade. So they put on a trade. And then at some point, again, it's not going to happen every trade. Some trades just go beautifully. But at some point in the confidence category, you're going to experience this. You're going to experience one of these two. You're going to say, my confidence is less or it is gone. Now, if you click or if you check the gone, you need to just get out of the position. Like if something has occurred where you're like, wow, I have no confidence anymore. My confidence in my original idea, my original trade, whatever happened, but it is gone. Just, all right. Buy, right? Exit out of the trade. However, if something happens where you're like, my confidence, it's not gone, but it's getting shaky. It's definitely less. Then I want you to do this insurance policy that you're about to see next. So I'm going to take you to this first part of the trade and watch what happens. You'll see that I'm kind of waiting. You can almost hear it in my voice, hear through the words that I'm saying, that I still do have confidence there, but it's definitely getting less. So let's show you this first part of the trade. Let's see if it can get down through there again and fill me. Nope. Bounce right off 597. Well, at this point, got to think that a 597 breaks. It should move very nicely. Well, let's just first see if it can even get back down to 597. See, it gets down there and won't break through. There we go. Okay, got out 100 shares. Let's see if we can get some actual continuation now. All right, I have 50 shares left. Hopefully you heard how the video left off. I still have what? I still have 50 shares. When your confidence has gone to less, that's when you implement the insurance policy. What is insurance policy? Hey, still hold some of your position. Now, some, I realize that's a general term, and some it's gonna vary by case. It's gonna vary, well, how less is your confidence? How big is your position? So there's a lot of variables that go into how you're gonna actually define quote unquote some, but yeah, just hang on to some of your position. If it's, options, hang on to a couple contracts, whatever you are trading, but just hold some. In this case, 50 shares, because by holding some, it acknowledges something that we all need to realize as traders. And if you don't realize this, you're going to have a rude awakening. But you know what? You can be wrong. I can be wrong. In this situation, meaning I could be wrong for the better, meaning I don't think this position wants to really cooperate, but I could be wrong. Maybe it still does actually want to cooperate. So I could be wrong about, which in this situation would be a good wrong, right? We're like, well, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. And I hope this position actually cooperates. I don't think it will. My confidence is a little shaky, but hey, I could be wrong. Maybe it will cooperate. So because of that possibility, the insurance policy has now been put into place. I still have some skin in the game. I've held some of my position just in case, again, as an insurance policy, I'm wrong and the thing does ultimately decide to go in my favor. So let's see how the rest of this trade played out after deciding to hang on to 50 shares. This thing is just playing mind games with me. Still have 50 shares left. There we go. There you go. There you go. Good. Glad I held on to those 50 shares. Absolutely fantastic. Took out another 25 there. And you got to think this thing is getting down towards its peak here. Well, very, very glad. I'll take those. So $387. The best thing I did there was hang on to those 50 shares because that's where the majority of those gains came from. But wasn't that crazy? Those 50 shares basically netted me over half of my profits from the trade. By making that decision to put that insurance policy in place, I'll repeat that. That little bit of shares that I had left over netted me over half of the trade's gains. Because as you saw, I got that totally wrong. In hindsight, I should have just held on to everything, but hey, welcome to hindsight trading. But that is the power of an insurance policy. Remember, trading is not, well, if you buy, you go all in, and when you sell, you have to go all out. No, you can scale out. You don't have to just get all out at once. You can always hold some, which in that situation, that was crazy. I wish I would have held on to a whole lot more, but the point here is the same, is if you're unsure, if your confidence level has dropped, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with losing some confidence, but you got to admit that, okay, yeah, but I could still be wrong, and you can overcome that with this quick little trade management trick by just holding on to some of your position. And if it works out like it did here, fantastic. If it doesn't, then oh well, you still locked in gains, and yeah, you may take a loss on those final 50 shares, but it's not going to be enough that's going to wipe everything away. So you can still come out ahead. But like I said, within the grand scheme of things, over the years for me, by putting that insurance policy into place, more times than not, you're actually getting paid to have that insurance policy as opposed to what we would traditionally think of paying to have that insurance policy. So hopefully this helps. Hopefully this can kind of open up your eyes in the sense of, the trade management world and how you can go about things. And I don't know, let me know down in the comment section. Do you already do this? Do you have any other sort of tips or tricks that maybe you could use for this sort of trade management insurance policy? But as always, I like to hear from people. I like to hear from the different perspectives. If you enjoy videos like this where I do kind of a chalkboard/live trade and kind of combine the two, let me know. I can do more of these if I know that they're popular. I feel like sometimes they're kind of popular, but if you do enjoy these, make sure to communicate that to me. Hit the like button, leave a comment below, even if it's just a simple thumbs up emoji, the diamond hands emoji. But hitting the like button, leaving a comment below does communicate to me that, yeah, okay, these videos are popular and I can do more of these types. And then also check out the channel as a whole, a lot of different content. So if you decide to hit that subscribe button, as I would love to have you as a subscriber to the channel. But get out there, use that trader insurance policy. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.